We are live. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Youth Spotlight. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Oluebube Success. I am the corporate executive at Jamie Pajol International and also the founder of OSN Global Services Limited, a digital marketing company that provides visibility, growth, and sales solutions to online business owners and digital creators. So welcome back to Youth Spotlight. I saw some comments. Nena Opaleke Gabriela, one of our guests here, says she's ready. Welcome, Nena, and thank you so much for joining early. Right. So you already know what we do here on Youth Spotlight. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. And what we do is we bring on young persons who are doing amazing things in their industries and have them share their stories. We've had amazing personalities so far. You should go back to watch those sessions, right? Today we are bringing two young ladies, a speaker and a cleaner, a professional cleaner that you want to hear their stories today. Welcome, James. Thank you for joining. Glad to also have you here again. Good afternoon to you too. And I hope you are doing great. You know how we do it here, right? Kindly tag your friends, okay? Tag at least 10 people to come and join us in this conversation today so they know that we've started. Share this live, hit the share button so it goes to your timeline and we have your own people join us, okay? So thank you for joining and tag people, start tagging people. All right. So we are bringing on Modesta Ezeugo today and Sunrise Oluebube. I'm going to be reading their bios briefly and we'll have them join us and we can get started with the show. We are starting with Modesta. Ezeugo Modesta Chizaram is the founder of Dexter Scrubs. She specializes on all kinds of cleaning, such as industrial cleaning, residential, janitorial, and commercial cleaning. She developed her own cleaning style and chemical formations, which distinguishes her work from the rest. She believes that a clean space is a safe space. So let's welcome Modesta Ezeugo. Thank you so much, Modesta, for
Yeah.
honoring the invitation to be a guest on this
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so our next guest is Sunrise Oluebube Chukwuka Ike, and she's a media professional. She's an international event compare, a communication specialist, and a TEDx speaker. So let's welcome her on stage as well. Thank you so much, Sunrise.
Thank
Hello, can you hear us, ma'am? Nana, can you still hear me?
I'm so sorry, the call interrupted me. I'm so sorry. So thank you so
Oh,
much, Success. It's so good to be here. Modesta is go nice meeting you online
Yeah.
anyway.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you, Sunrise. Nice meeting you.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's get started with the story. Modesta, you are a professional cleaner and Sunrise, I compare international speaker.
Mm.
We're going to start with you, Sunrise. Do you mind sharing with us the stage of that story? How did you get to the height that you are in now?
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't get that.
The question is for Sunrise.
Okay. Oh.
Please repeat the question. I missed the beginning part of the question.
Okay, it's just simply taking you back. Modesta, can you mute yourself? I'm taking you back.
Yeah, I can hear you, but the network though is not really active. It's breaking. The network is breaking. Maybe
So
from your
please
end.
mute yourself. I think you should mute yourself.
Like the microphone.
No, not you, Sunrise. Modesta. I'm getting a feedback from.
Okay, you can hear me.
Oh, you're
I think
actually
she has
muted.
done that.
Can you
So
hear me
she's back
now?
on. She's back on.
I can
Yes,
hear you.
Modesta, she can hear you. She's saying you should turn off your mic. Just mute your mic for a bit.
What?
I think that's what she's saying.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it's just that I'm getting this feedback from your end, right? When I speak, I hear myself. So I'm wondering if you can mute your mic. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Sunrise, can you hear me?
Very well, I can hear you.
So, Modesta, what I'm saying is kindly mute yourself. I'm getting a feedback from your end. I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, what? Sorry.
Mute your mic. You can unmute it when it's time for you to speak. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
I still have
Okay, so
it.
can you take the question again?
Okay, please tell us, give us a backstory on how you started this compare and speaking journey, right? And how you are able to be on the heights that you are now.
Okay, first of all, I've always been a star girl. As a child, I was born in church basically, so I'm always participating in something, in children ministry, in the harvest. Just I was always out there as a child. So my parents knew that this girl was made for talk. I was very talkative as a child as well. Like I talk, I talked a lot as a child, according to my parents. So they just think that this girl is going to do something around the talk industry, or yeah, let me use the word talk industry. But they want me to be a lawyer because lawyers also talk. So they said that we think you make a good lawyer, which I think they're right anyway. But along the line, I realized that I could do more with talk than just being a lawyer. I
Mm.
started watching NCA as a child. I saw the newscasters, and I was like, this is more like what I want to do than be a lawyer. And so I took it a lot more seriously. And I think my very first official, because like I said, I've always been doing stuff out there in church, but the first time I did something officially was during my diplomas, ND2 in Nekede. So our drama theater, we had an outing, and then our coordinator said, "Sometimes I think she holds the red carpet and also hosts the main event." I hadn't done anything that official before, but I took the challenge, and it's been from one level to another, pretty much.
Okay, so what was your first international event?
So I didn't hear you.
Your first international event.
Oh, okay. So I'm quite new to the international journey. My debut was in August at the Jamie Pajol International Leadership Conference in Kigali, Rwanda. So I was one of the sponsored delegates, and beyond that, he also called to say he want me to host the event. So I made my debut this year, and it has changed a lot of things for me. You have no idea. So yeah,
Okay, congratulations, congratulations. It's only up
thank
from
you
there.
very much.
It's only up from there. How about you, Modesta? How did you get into cleaning?
Is
Did
the
you get
question
my
for
question?
me?
Yeah, it's for you, Modesta. How did you get into cleaning?
Okay. I'm a person that don't like dirty places, dirty areas, anywhere that is dirty. I don't like it. It aches me. It aches my body. I don't like seeing a seat dirty. I don't like seeing a table dirty. My bedroom, more especially my restroom. So he now nudged me to enter, to open the cleaning services, to meet the needs of people that don't have the time to clean their home, their offices. Obviously, you could tell me that there are people that don't have the time to clean their homes, to wash their clothes, to wash their I don't know, their restroom and all that. So it nudged me because I don't like a dirty place. I don't like places that are dirty, seats that are dirty, things that are dirty. So it was what nudged me to open the business, to start up the business. And I can tell you it's been awesome. It's been marvelous. It's the best thing I've ever achieved in my whole entire life. So that's the reason why I opened the business.
Wow, how old is Dexter Scrubs?
The Star Scrubs is 3 years now. It's 3 years. Yeah, 3 years now. August made us 3 years in the business.
Wow. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Welcome. We have new people here with us, right? Welcome, Stephanie. Thank you for joining the conversation.
Thank you.
Esther. Thank you for joining the conversation. Thank you, Stephanie, for
Thank
tagging your friends, right? Thank you for tagging your friends. So if you're
thank you.
watching us right now, kindly tag your friends. Tag at least 10 people to come and join us live on this conversation. We want 10 people, 10 of your friends to come and join this conversation. It's going to be a very insightful one, and you want to share in the value. You also want your friends to also be a part of the value, right? So
Okay.
let's continue with. our questions. What inspired Modesta has already answered her inspiration. For you now, Sunrise, is there like you mentioned that okay, what inspired you to go into speaking? Did you get the question, ma'am?
Is it for me or for Modesta now?
It's for you, Sunrise.
I didn't hear anything. I'm sorry. My network is
Okay.
misbehaving, but yeah.
What inspired you to become a public speaker, to become an event compare?
Okay. Watching people do what I do now at a young age, I just could relate. Think it was going to make me. I was going to become what's it called now? What's the word? I didn't know it was going to make me money. It was going to be a big deal like it is right now. I just started out with doing it from a place of fun, from a place of passion. I like this and I like that. So until I began to get back-to-back events and calls, then I realized that okay, I could take this more seriously, and that was pretty much it. So my inspiration is usually how I leave my audience after every outing. My audience are my biggest inspiration. So after every event, you get the feedback. You know when you come out and you move an audience from being what's it called indifferent to being super excited is surreal. So every other time I'm able to do that, I'm like, no, these guys are the real, they're my real G's. So they're my biggest encouragement, my biggest inspiration, and my inspiration to keep doing what I do. Maybe if I didn't have audience what's the word now, that were collaborating with me. Maybe I'd have gone frustrated. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. But every time I go out there and I'm able to, get people's energy high, get them, to participate in the event and all, I feel like, okay, these guys inspire me a whole lot. And pretty much. And of course, there are people in the industry I follow and I've seen their journey too, all the way up. And I'm like, if this person can get there, then I think I should just keep at what I do. Pretty much it.
Do you use social media for
Oh,
marketing?
that's like apart from God. Sorry.
Do you use social media for marketing? I want to know like how you get jobs.
Of
How do you get jobs?
Oh yes, I use social media for marketing. For every outing is a marketing tool. Example from every outing is marketing tool for the next outing.
Okay. Let's Modesta, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How about you? How are you able to get jobs? Do you use social media, offline
Mm,
marketing? Tell us how you
I
get jobs.
think the jobs I've been getting so far is through referrals, which is I put in my best to do jobs for people, to render my services to people. So it's not like the end product, which is money, yes, but I put in my best, like the love I put in, in cleaning, lands me contracts from one client to another, because I can't remember the last time I got a job through Facebook or through Instagram. No, but the ones I've been getting back to back is through referrals, through people I've done jobs for. I can tell you one client is equal to 20 clients. You get, so I put in everything, my energy, my time, everything in it to make sure that okay, yes, this thing has to be done. Yes, this thing we can do it. You get, so I think that's how I get my job, my contract. Sorry,
Okay,
that
referrals. That's really, really
yeah, the
interesting.
through
Referrals.
referrals. That's the best way.
What challenges do you go through while doing this your work and how are you able to overcome them?
Okay, sorry. The challenges I go through, or how I manage the challenges.
Challenge, the challenges you face. Tell us about the challenges you face and how you are able.
Okay. The challenges actually they are much. I won't lie to you because dealing with people, human beings are very difficult to. We all have our needs. Our needs are insatiable. So dealing with people one on one, getting to be the mediator, it's really difficult. Getting to pacify people too is really difficult. So sometimes where I get challenged is getting to communicate like my feelings, and because there have been times where my team don't get to do a particular thing right, and you see clients getting infuriated and all that they want to. So me as a person, I usually face that challenge to be that mediator, be that pacifier. Try as much as possible to make that client see reasons with us that, okay, this is the reason why this thing happened, because I'm not in their mind. But at some point, I try to make them see reasons why this thing is this way. And as a layman in that field, in our profession, they don't know much about it unless you calm down and explain to them. So me, I'm very impatient. I won't lie to you, I am very impatient. So in the process of trying to explain to them, I get a little bit infuriated and thrown overboard. So that's the only challenge I have in handling these people. To get in making them see reasons with us why things are not done the way they want it. So I think that's the only challenge. And again, with workouts too, most of them, these youngsters, they come to me, like as a team and as young people. I don't know how to, really, try as much as possible to inculcate what I want in them. So what do? I use my time, my energy to show them how I want it. So all these things are draining. So I think these are a little challenges I face. A lack of communication and how to make people understand that, okay, in this field, they are not the boss in this field. We are the boss in this field. And how to actually inculcate what I want in the mind of my team, because I think most of them, they work because, okay, this is what they want to get their money. They don't want to work, okay, yes, we are a team, we need to achieve this particular goal. So I just have to be patient, just learn how to be patient. I think
Has the
that's the
lack of
little challenge.
communication cost you like big clients? Has it ever cost you?
Yeah, I think, yeah, when I think in the first stage of my business, yeah, lack of communication cost me a client. But thank God for God, he came back,
Mm.
because at some point we tried to have a soft landing where he got to understand why this was this way. But at some point, yeah, when the heat was too much, I won't lie to you, I wasn't communicating well. It wasn't smooth. Him on the other hand, it wasn't smooth on the other hand, but thank God for God. But nearly, let me just say, nearly it cost me a client. But thank God for God. But because of my intentionality, the way I love my business, I don't want to, every client, like I said, one client is equal to 20 clients. So I don't want to lose any.
Sunrise, can you hear us now?
Yes, I
Yeah, I can
can.
hear you.
Trying to get back online was a lot, but I'm here and I think I'm here now.
All right, welcome back. How about
Thank you very much.
the challenges you face while doing your job and how you are able to overcome them?
Okay. One of the challenges I faced was trying to, get into the industry here. Yes, getting into the industry wasn't the easiest for me, and I made a lot of mistakes. I tried to get in the ways I thought were the best ways at the time. I even had to get into a relationship with someone in the industry just to see if that can help me get in. But looking back now, that's one of the dumbest things I did.
Yeah.
Yes. The moment I began to see myself as really valuable, because here's the thing, when people meet you and you've not been able to show your work to them, it's difficult for them to trust you with anything. So it was difficult really at the time. Even when, okay, I said, okay, let me just date somebody. Maybe I'll follow him to events, and that he didn't even take me to events. He didn't comment to anybody. He didn't mention my name anywhere. You know. So I realized that I needed to find other ways to show what I do, and that's where church comes in. Church really helped me a lot. At the time we had some events in church, and I was like, I can do this. So, and I said, okay, let's give this girl a try, and that was it. So some of those events I did in church were like my evidence to prove that I can actually do this. So my challenge was breaking into the industry here in Owerri. And then another thing would be because I'm a lady in a male dominated industry. Most times people are looking at you like you're playing. Like when you come to say, okay, like okay, like this year there was an event in Owerri. Some managers of a certain industry gathered in Owerri for a conference, and I was going to be their host for their award night. So when the convener saw me, he was like, a lady, like so he felt the guys weren't serious. Like why are you bringing a lady to this event? Why? Because it's supposed to be like a man thing to be an event host. But the beautiful thing is that every other time I go there, they give me and I'm like, well, how didn't they don't give me a chance? So that's pretty much it. Being a lady and then trying to get into the industry was like my biggest challenges. But the moment I realized that I needed to, I realized how much value I had to bring to the industry. It was just easy for me.
Okay, I think, can you still hear me? Hello, Sunrise, can you
Please,
hear me?
did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you, but it was breaking at some point, so I did not like get the full details of what you were saying, right? But I would love to ask, how did you later break into the industry? How did you later break into the industry?
I'm not sure what this network thing is about. I'm not sure what it's about at all.
Did you get my question? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question was, how did you later break into the industry? You told us that you had to even get into a relationship with someone in the industry, hoping that he would help, right? But then it was of no use. How did you later break into the industry, even to start getting invited to
Okay,
come
I
to
actually
events?
answered that. I think the network didn't let you hear me. So
No,
I
I
said
didn't.
what changed for me was first of all, I began to the at that time opportunities opened up in church for things like that, like red carpet hosting, then hosting the carol nights in church and all. So I used those as my stepping stone to say I can try this thing. So those events were like a discovery point for me at the time. And then when I realized how much value I could offer and I was capable of, I began to carry myself from a place of value and not from a place of please help me now, please help me. You know, I began to carry myself as a person of value that I actually am. And yes, what else helped me? What else helped me? Community too helped me a lot. Getting into social groups and volunteering also gave me opportunities to now, prove to people or to the world that I am who I say I am. That's it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, have you made any mistakes, like during this journey as a compare? Have you made any mistake? If yes, tell us about them so we can learn one or two from them.
Yeah, of course. Hey, how won't I make mistakes? My mistakes are plenty, a lot of them. A lot of mistakes. Like I said, my very first mistake was that I didn't take this craft seriously from the start. I saw it as something I just enjoy doing. So it's not a big deal. It's just all right. Some people just call me and I'll take transport from one city to another or from one part of town to another host event for free. And I'm just happy I hosted it for free and I'm going home. And you know the thing with these things is when someone call you and you just answer, they'll refer to someone else who will just call you and expect you to just answer. So before I
Yeah.
began to make money from my craft, it took a while. It took a while. So that was one of my biggest mistakes. I didn't take it seriously from this. But I felt like it's going to be like honorarium. When I'm done, I just say, oh, I take this one for coming, put squeeze something in my hand, and I'll be okay. Oh, I'll be moving on. But when I realized how much work, there are things you do, I don't actually realize that it's work. Maybe because it's something you love to do. So you don't realize it's actually work. But when I realized how much work, I have an event tomorrow and I already opened my notes because from now till later this night, I'm going to be working for that event tomorrow. So when I realized how much work I put in, I was like, hey, are you kidding me? What kind of playing is this? So, and then when I decided to start charging, even a little bit, it was a struggle. People were like, you're not having pride. You're now, so it was a struggle at the time. So that's like one of the um, mistakes I made. Then the second mistake will be, like I said before, I started off on the wrong foot. I started off with saying, please help me, I can do this thing, please now give me chance, instead of coming from a point of value.
Yes.
And it made me, when I realized this, I don't ever meet people. I could meet you in events, I could see you around, but I'll never meet you until I have value, as in until I present myself as a person of value. Or maybe you see me host an event and then I can come to say hi, and you're like, oh, you did a great job. I don't just walk up to people anymore and start explaining myself. I want to come with evidence, because if you explain yourself, tire. So I tell people, before you start begging for the big platforms, where are you do? Where's the small platform you are trying out what to say you can do? They can use as evidence to prove that you can actually do the bigger things. So that's pretty much it for me. And then I think three would be trying to fit in. When I said I was trying to fit in, so I was mingling with people I had no business mingling with. And instead of actually getting platforms and opportunities, it gave me a bad name.
Wow.
So I suffered character and identity defamation for the longest time. It gave me a really bad name because I was in the midst of people. I didn't. Well, first of all, I'm born again. I'm Christian. So, but at the time, I thought compromising and conforming will help me get platforms. People will not see me as so rigid and all. But I make bold to say that the moment I began to stand on who I really am, wear my values loudly, everything changed for me.
Wow.
So that's it.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I want you to like okay, let's go back to Modesta before I ask the question, right? How about you, Modesta? What mistakes have you made in building your business and what have you learned from them?
Like she said, do me too a lot. Hey, it big. Hey God. Sometimes when I look at the mistakes I made back then, I'll be laughing at myself like, no, 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 this is not you. And obviously I can't do them now. You get,
Yeah.
I can't do them now. One is trying to fit into, like, oh, okay, I can do this, I can just anything you have, give it to me, I'll do it, I'll deliver your job. At the end of the day, you will see me going back home. I'll be crying. I'll be crying my eyes out. And from my money, I will still pay laborers. I will still pay workers. Inside there, I will still feed them. I will still transport. And you'll be left with nothing. I just want to do this. Can you try whatever it is? Just give me. That's number one mistake. Then number two is not getting like the value for my services. Yes, you get. I must get that because I know how much energy, how much time I put into getting a job done. It's consuming. What energy is consuming to get. So I want to get that time I'm giving. I want to get that money out. You understand? So me sometimes if you book for our services and I don't get 85% of the down payment, I'm not rendering that services. But then if you give me 10%, I'm okay. 5%, I'm okay of the agreed amount, which is killing. Some of them will end up not giving you that money after you must have rounded up the services. Do you understand? So these are the mistakes I made. But now, if you don't give me 85%,
Yeah.
I'm not, there's no bookings. But as at then, I will tell you, just give me fast. Sometimes I will just carry my equipment, carry my people. We are in the site already, we've already started working. Then I'll be expecting you to come and give me money. I'll be pleading, please, sir, anything you have, just give us. You get, because I just want to be in that industry. I just want to, have a name for myself, for my company I'm trying to build. I want to have a face. Do you understand? So I think another thing is I think because I wanted my workers to stay, like I hold them like, oh, without them I cannot do anything. Yeah. Now I ended up paying them. In fact, I ended up working for them instead of them working for me. I ended up working for them. Like I would source for clients, go use my leg, work everywhere, from site to site, construction site to site, offices. Then I will get a client. Then I will not start begging my workers to come to site and come and work. Now the thing made me, I started paying them higher just to retain them because they started doing guy, shakara. Yes, because they are the ones that will work for that will help
Yeah,
you to
thorough.
achieve what you want. Like the strength is there, and these young Gen Z's baddies them. You know, they say doing Shakara. No, she needs us more, not me. I don't need them. To them, I don't need them. Them are the ones I need. Do you understand? They start doing Shakara for you. So what will you do now? I still have to pay. Try as much as possible to pacify them. You know, add a lot of orishi on top of it so that they will stay. At the end of the day, I'll go home with nothing. So I think these are the mistakes I made then, which I will never make them now. And
So how did you
before you
correct
book our
the
services,
workers?
there are terms. So
Okay,
yeah,
continue.
I didn't get that.
Before we book our services, there are
Yes,
terms.
before you book our services, there are terms of services. So then I don't used to do terms of services. There are terms, a lot of policies and all that.
Yeah.
Before I don't used to, because I just want to get a client, then retain that client. Whatever happens, I don't care. But now, no. Without those, you have to agree. You have to, even if you want to, like, you've seen my quotation, you've seen my invoice, and you want to send money. Firstly, I will ask you, sorry, sir, please did you go through the terms and of services? You must
Yeah.
go through them line by line. I think they have over 10 of it there. You must read them. Then agree. Anyone that don't sit well with you, let's talk about it. Not when I finish my services, you will now come and start telling me cock and bull story. No. I will refer you back to that same invoice. Do you get?
Yeah.
So as at then, I don't used to do that. Mine is I just want to get one person and hey, we are doing something. No, I don't want to stay out of business. You get? I was just so over the moon, agitated and all that. I just want to. So, but now, no, I don't make such mistakes now. I know.
Yeah. How did you correct the workers issue? Are they still like that with Texas scrubs?
Okay, now then, I now made it. Before it was day pay. Do you get? Whether you work or you don't work, you will get a fee, which is about, as at then I was paying 4,000.
Mm.
You get? Now you see some of them staying in one spot because whether they work or they don't work, they clean or they don't clean. Do you get? They know that at the end of the day, they will have 4,000 to go home with. They will have their feeding. They will have their transportation.
Wow.
You see? So then you see them a site that's supposed to take us 2 days maximum to finish will take us a week because whether they work that 5 days now is how much they must get it. Do you get? I end up losing. But now what I do now is I will assign each room for you. Each have a fee on it, and if you round up that one and enter another one, there's another fee for it. So you will not be the one to hasten up, like, because you know that okay, there is
Yeah.
money on it. You want to, like, you see competition among all of them. Competitions. I want to take this one because I know that if I take this one, there's an amount for it, and they want to. You see, that's the only way. That's the only strategy I had to, like,
Wow.
restructure their minds and all that, readjust
That's,
their minds.
yeah, that's really smart. I love how you handle that issue. Like it's really,
Yeah,
really a problem when people are supposed to be working, but then they are not, right? So
yeah,
let's see,
exactly.
we have like more people here watching us live. If you are watching us, kindly tell us your name and where you are watching from in the comment section. And of course, welcome. Okay, welcome Esther Adeoti. Good afternoon to you too, and I hope you are doing amazing today. Welcome Favor. Thank you for tagging your friends, but you can tag more people. Please tag more people today in this conversation. Welcome Jane, Gabby, Sunday. We are so glad to have you join us today on the Youth Spotlight Show. So how we do
Welcome.
it here is you tag at least 10 people. Tag at least 10 of your friends to come and join us in this conversation. It's going to be, in fact, it's even already an insightful one. I'm learning so much already. Like now from Modesta, I just learned a technique on how you can handle staff if you do something similar to what she does, right? It's a strategy.
Yeah.
It's a strategy to use to take care of staff being nonchalant, right? So it's an insightful conversation, and it would be a great thing to tag people, to tag your friends to come and join us in the conversation. So now let's get back to the discussion, right? Modesta, you mentioned on your bio that you developed your own cleaning style, and chemical formulas. Can you tell us more about that? What is your cleaning style and how do you develop your own chemicals for cleaning?
Okay. Okay, mine is everybody have their own antics. Everybody have their own strategies and all that. So mine is, I think I have a way of getting into people's mind. Firstly, these days we are all, there's a way people see women. You understand? Like, more especially men, we in the business, in this field, men see us like, no, we can't do this. No, we are women. No, 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 no. You don't have the strength to handle this kind of capacity of this contract. You can't do it. So they have already brought us down already to, you know. So I used to get into the minds of people. My own style is, firstly, packaging. I won't lie to you. Packaging has a lot. Whether you know you can do it or you cannot do it, you just have to package yourself to the point that yes, you know. So if I'm going to site, or maybe somebody referred me to a site, I will be kitted up like an engineer. If you go to my Facebook profile, you will see most of my pictures there. You will see me fully kitted, like I'm an engineer. And the thing made me, I had to start studying about construction sites, things that they use in site. Like, I will engage you. Because obviously they refer us to engineers. You go to engineers, you're talking about, oh, this, that. First, you just have to like pick up something and start talking about it, about the person. Maybe if I get to a set, I will just see a tiles. I'll start talking about tiles, different types of tiles with that engineer. Then the engineer in his mind already know that, okay, this person knows what she's doing. She gets. Then I just want to get into your head so that I win the contract. Then once I win the contract, I will now come to, once we finalized everything, I will now come to the site. Maybe as in when we are about starting, you will see my workers fully dressed, dust scrubs, everything in place, machines and all that in place. Yeah. Then how others used to do theirs, I had to just develop mine, which is doing different thing. Maybe if they are to like clean, sweep one room and clean. No, how I do mine is we sweep from the upstairs to the downstairs, everything, carry the debris outside. I've gone to a site where we have two different companies handling a project. So because it's massive and the woman wanted to like achieve in a stipulated time, so she had to share in different companies. Yeah. So I got the upside while the other guy got the downside. So how the guy was doing it is they will enter the room, they will sweep one side, then start cleaning that spot they did. Then
Yeah.
when you now sweep that part you've not swept, you will see dust transporting itself down to the same part you've already swept. Yeah. But how I used to do mine is I'll carry out everything that has to do with dirt outside, bag them very well. I have a special bag I use. I don't think I've actually seen that bag anywhere. Very strong, long, and thick. I pack all those things in there and it has my name on it. I bag it and keep. That's my own style. Do you understand? Then another thing is my chemicals. Most people buy theirs. Mine, I produce. I make my own. I had to do some research. I got someone, so she started teaching me on how to produce my degreasers, my detergents, my acid, yeah, and all that. But though acid, I don't buy. Sorry, I don't produce acid. The hydrochloric, I don't produce it. I buy. But the degreasers, the detergents, the air freshener, I produce it myself. Chickens. So I think then sometimes when I come to site, I put them in gallons, then put my company name on it. So that's the only thing that makes me stand out and all that from. I don't know if others do it, yes, but that's my own style. That's how I do it.
Okay, thank you very much. What would you advise someone that is interested in going into the cleaning business? How would you tell them to start out, how to structure the business? Just general tips on how to be successful in the cleaning industry.
Okay, I would say firstly you must put your mind into it. Yeah. Like I said, the reason that made me started this business is because I don't like dirty places. No, I don't. He asks me, in fact, if you serve me food and I see your finger and it's dirty, I won't eat. If I go into a place and I see the place is dirty, I won't eat in that environment. You get? So firstly, you must like it, love what you be that person you want. You get? Now, and that was the reason why I started it. Then secondly, you have to be very consistent. At the first stage before I started, it was hard for me. It was very hard to even get a client. It was very hard to get. So you must be consistent in whatever you're doing. Your willpower, because you actually know what you're doing. Like, you know where you want to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. So you start working towards it. Start reading books. Start your research. If you want to go into this business, I won't lie to you. You must be trained in it, because different house, different sorry, paint, different structure, different everything, every construction site, they're all different designs and all that. So what do? You must be trained in this field for you to be able to climb that ladder. You get? You won't know, you don't know it all, and even Google will not tell you everything. Now, there are some chemicals that you will not use, there are some times you will not use chemical on. So you must study about different house, different chemicals, different cleaning detergents and reagents and all that, for you to be able to scale through this business. So if you want to start this business, firstly, you must love cleaning. You must love it. You must be patient, and you must be able to have these communications, skills. I won't lie to you, because like I said, people are very difficult to understand. Our needs are very searchable. Yeah,
Yeah.
be patient. Be patient enough to, this is what I want. I want to achieve this thing, but I need to work towards it, and make sure that you've already done your best. You get? Keep pushing, but you must be trained. You won't do it on your own. You won't, so that you won't get to you don't get to carry chemical or whatever and start spoiling people's properties that they spent a lot of money in building. So generally, be consistent, have your willpower, God, in fact, God over everything. I won't lie. I've done like different types of businesses, but this one, I know when I started, God showed me the way. He was, because I was able to listen. He directed my path. You get? So firstly, write down what you want, how you want to do it, then pray towards it, then allow him to lead you, then be consistent. If you do one and you fail, keep doing it. One day it
Yes.
will it will click. And have an open mind. You know have an open mind. Be very, I don't know how to say this, because once you are talented, you know what you are doing, an opportunity will come. And once opportunity means talent, you've already blown. You get? So yeah, you must make sure you position yourself in that line, that yes, anything, anywhere you find yourself, you can be able to defend yourself anywhere you are, defend who you are, your brand and everything. So I think that's what I can say,
Do you train
for people
people?
out there.
Do you train people? You said before we should consider
Yes.
community. We should get to.
Currently, I think, as I yesterday, yes, I do. Both online,
And
yes, both online and offline, I do. I'm even training one currently. Her class will be ending by tomorrow. Yes. I train and offer you certificates too.
okay, all right. Sunrise, can you hear us?
Very well.
Okay, please give us tips on how to be better public speakers.
Okay. Is a whole curriculum, but the first thing is you need to love your job. You need to love the job. Because when you do things you don't love, it's going to rub off on how you deliver it. So you don't have to be a natural lover. Just at the point where you pick interest in a thing, begin to love it first of all, and then secondly is
Yeah.
understudy somebody in this industry. It's important that you understudy people both from afar and near. Go to events, see how other MCs are doing it, and then find out what you can do differently. Mentorship is very important. Mentorship is very important in this Basically, in everything, mentorship is important, really. So when you have a mentor or a coach in the industry, you go to shows with, you see how they deliver. It helps you a lot as a master of ceremonies and a public speaker. Then another thing you need to realize is that there is no one way to get anything done, but there's something called
Yeah.
best practice. Something called best practice to everything you're doing. So you need to learn the best practices and also understand that these jobs are different. The way you deliver a corporate event is not the way you deliver a wedding party. It's not the way you deliver a carnival. Not the way you deliver um maybe a student event. You have to become you have to wear different personalities for different
Yeah.
occasions. So you need to realize that. And another thing is you need to be patient. You really need to be patient. In fact, I think anything you want to do, in fact, you should know your why. That's where it starts from. Know your why. Why am I getting into this? I tell people I'm here for the long run, and that is why I do certain things differently. If I wanted to just be here for like
Mm-hmm.
heat and go, I could do it. I know how to do that one. I really know how to do the heat and move kind of thing. But I want to be here for a long time. My plan is to be here for a really long time, so it affects the way I also go about my job. So, what is your why? Why are you doing this? You need to know your why. You need to understudy people. You need to do a lot of research. No, you need to do research. Go to YouTube. Go to Google. There's chat GTP now and other AIs, but you need to do research. You need to follow someone and you need to be knowledgeable. Now the thing about being just a public speaker who maybe teaches
Yeah.
on stage is that you're limited to certain subjects. Like if because I'm a media person, if I was just a public speaker and not an event host, I'll probably be called to share things around media, around communications, around corporate branding and PR. But as a master of ceremonies, because you're also a public speaker, nothing concern them more. People that are medical doctors will do something, they'll call you. Engineers will do, they'll call you. Teachers will do, they'll call you. Baristas will do, they'll call you. So woe
Yeah.
unto you if you're not a researcher. Woe unto you if you're not big on studying. Because for every event, you have to speak the language. Every event has their language. You have to speak the language of that event. So it's a thorough job. If you're not a thorough person, you can't do this work. And
Yeah.
it's not a hit and run thing. It's not like hit and run. You have to be patient. You have to be really patient, in this job. And then there are so many other things. There's so many other things. I'm actually working on the class for people who want to become event hosts because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Mm.
But if you can fix these few things I've said now, then you're good to start the journey. Yes, because there's a place for lingua, a place for dressing, a place for co-hosting, a place for yeah, it's a lot. But these are like the basics. Yeah.
Is there a particular way that you carry your audience along? Like, is there a particular way that you control the stage? Are there special things you do?
Hmm. So it's the sunrise effect. It's the head girl of the mic effect. So like I told you, I love my job.
That's a
I tell
big
people,
important.
yeah, one of the reasons you should
Mm.
hire me is because I love my job. And I actually do a little see, I get so involved in even the planning of most events that I'm almost like a co-planner. Beyond an MC, I'm almost like a co-planner. So I kind of know what the person who hired me is expecting from the event. And so I wear the personality that will deliver that thing they want in the event. So it's not like I said, it differs from event to event. If I'm hosting a corporate event, I'm talking like I just fell down from the skies. And then the next day you see me at that kind of event and there's energy all
Yeah.
over the room and we're making a lot of noise. So it depends on the event. And the thing with audiences, don't give them back their energy. You will flop the event. Give them the energy you want them to bring on.
Hmm.
Yes, you give them the energy you want them to bring on. Sometimes you go for events. I don't know, especially young people. I don't know why young people are so. I don't understand though. You go for
So,
event for young people and
Yeah.
they are all indifferent and nonchalant, acting like they were dragged to come to place. And I tell them, I tell them, you see me like this. I cannot
Yeah.
wake up from my house, dress up, and go for an event and not have fun. It's not possible. So I put it in their head that if you are here, you owe it to yourself to have fun because I can't show up for an event and not have fun there. So when I say it to them once, twice, three times, bring my own
You
energy, before you
know.
know it, I just pick one person or two who are ready to return the energy, and then from there it spreads. So
yeah.
my style is to find one or two persons in the audience who will give me the energy I want, even if it's not up to that point here. But I want to see your reception. You're smiling
Yeah.
at me. You're the one clapping. You're the one saying, if I say make some noise, you're making noise. I hold on to you. I focus on you. I use you to spread the energy around the room. So that's pretty much it.
Oh wow, that's interesting. It's like a magic trick, right? So let's say I want to get into the event host space and I don't know a thing about it. How would you advise me to start? So I eventually become successful at it.
Yeah. So the thing is, one mistake I made that I wouldn't want any person to make is to define what you're doing from the onset. Some of us just started from play, passion, and then upscaling became a problem. But if you're coming to the industry now, like I've seen people who came after me who are doing way better in terms of numbers because from the onset they decided what they wanted, went straight in for mentorship, went straight in for knowledge, and
Mm,
branded themselves from the onset. So you need
mm,
to know why you are here. Why do you want? Because I meet a lot of people. My sunrise, head girl of the mic. I want to be an event host. I say, okay, so why? Then I want to be like you. I say, why? Has to be a why. That's the
mm,
major thing. Why? Why do you want to do this? Then if you know why you want to do it, then learn the ropes. Learn the ropes. And the easiest way to learn the ropes is by mentorship. Just find someone you like what they do and that
yeah,
look like where you're headed and just follow them. Become an apprentice. That's the word self. Become an apprentice. Follow them around. Because by following them, you're introduced to their network, you're introduced to the kind of events they host. You're you don't have to start from hosting one media street events. No. If you have a mentor who hosts certain kind of events and you follow them, by learning from them or seeing them deliver, you can do that such kind of jobs. You don't have to start from scratch. Just like they said, mentorship helps you avoid certain errors and mistakes. It gives you like a shoulder to climb. You don't have to start building from the scratch anymore. So I'll advise the person to get a mentor.
mm,
Get a mentor. Follow someone. Even if you don't have access to a physical mentor, have a virtual mentor. There are people I stalk online. Like every day, there are people I must go and look at online. What event have they did they host yesterday or highlights? I stalk them like no man's business. So you have to have someone you're benchmarking. You can't just say, I have
yeah,
a great idea of this event hosting thing. Calm down, calm down. As what you want to do, someone has not tried. So go and look for the person who is doing that type of event you want to do and start understudying them. That's pretty much it. So know your why and then find someone who, for me, the events I don't host, the kind of places you won't find me hosting events. Do you
mm,
get? I've defined what I want to do as an event person. So you have to have a niche for yourself as well. Who do you want to serve? And
mm,
this niche thing
Yeah.
actually gets better as you go. It gets better as you go. So for me, I started by doing it, just be doing and be doing. But as I grew in the craft, I began to niche down. Say, okay, this is not for me. That's not for me. And and I'm like for next year now. I've decided the kind of event I'm going to host. If it's not the kind of event, Sunrise is not going to be on it. So you have to niche down, decide first what kind of events I want to. Do I want to be a corporate host? Do I want to be a wedding MC? Do I want to be a red carpet host? You have to know which one you want to be and then
yeah,
be good at it. Knowledge, mentorship, niching down, and your why. Why do you want to do this? So this is a good place to
Yeah.
start.
yeah. Everything you said makes a whole lot of sense, and I like how you merged everything together. You talked about mentorship. Who do you follow on the space? Like, who is who do you follow on the space?
Okay, so my mentor when I decided to start, fully is MC Bossman. Now, why MC Bossman? Because he's a Christian. He's called the God MC. So is there that this person is a Christian? There are places you will not find him. I can't
Yeah.
events he will not host. So he has very niche down that, oh, I'm the God MC. So if it's no matter what event it is, there are some things you don't expect me to do
Mm,
in this kind of events. I was like, okay, this makes sense. So I started following him. And he had even he reached out to me. I was at the conference, he reached out to me. I told him I was dilly dallying at the time because he was like, oh, I need females in this industry. I wouldn't mind working with you and all of that. But later on, I went to him. I said, "Sir, I'm ready now. I want to learn." And then we started working. Took me to events, got me to co-host with him, even when it wasn't in the plan. But he got me to co-host with him, got me to introduce him in certain events, just go out with him. And That was it. That's like my physical mentor. And then there are people like Gloria Olufeko, there's Mojiba, there is of course Ike Osaka there is Ebuka, there is Joyce Daniels, there is there's this lady now. Is it Timmy Badru? I think so. I just recently started following her. In fact, it was Mr. Jamie that gave me the link. I asked him to follow the lady. So I follow them. I see what they do. I see how they go about their brand. And then here too, and not my mentor, but he's my very good colleague. He's JC. JC here in Owerri. I stay in Owerri. Here in Owerri as well is JC. JC is one of the most thorough master of ceremonies I know. I will be friends for over 10 years. So he's my go-to person. My intro, the whole outfit, hairstyle. I just reach out to him and say, JC, see my plan. What do you think? And he tweaks it for me. So I have amazing colleagues too who I always check with before I host an event.
Okay, thank you very much. How about you, Modesta? If you had to start afresh, what would you have done differently?
If I want to start afresh from,
Yeah, if you had to start afresh now, what would you do differently?
I think I've already told you the mistakes I made. Yeah.
No, no. Okay, are they a part of the mistakes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right
What I
then.
would do
That's
differently, yes, I've already listed already.
okay.
And I think, let me say this, sorry. Okay, when I wanted to start a business here, I wasn't trained. I won't lie to you. I think that was what landed me to those mistakes I made. You get, I didn't have any mentor I was looking up to. Although I had someone from Instagram, she's a big name in Lagos, Elinion Cleaning. Elino Cleaning. If you check her on Instagram, she's a big name. I love her style. I love the way she packaged herself. Oh my god. I look forward to everything. So I had to chat her up then and told her, can you mentor me? She told me she called an amount. Oh my god. As at that time, I don't even have that amount. So in my in my mind, I said, I pleaded. So she said no, that she just go and get that money and come. It was much. As at last 3 years, and in my level as a student, I said no, I don't get. She get. I was not happy about it because I know, I would get value for my money. She get. But then I started doing research. But what I garnered was not really the best. It wasn't the best of the best, but I just had to run with it. Now it was because of lack of information and lack of a lot of things I'm supposed to know. If she had mentored me, was what landed me into that mistakes I made. Yeah. So now, if you want to start the business, you must have somebody you look up to. Because I know there are times you'll be confused in some points, in some level. What would you do if you don't have anybody you look up to, or you like a go-to-go person, like she mentioned? I didn't have that person. It's just now that I say building network. I say building people around my profession, what I do. That sometimes I could just like call them, and they would just hint me up, and then too. Sometimes they call me, I hint them up too. You get. So in this, if you want to be who you want to be today, you must have somebody up there, up the ladder, up the climax that you're looking up to, that you can go to as a mentor, be it someone online or someone physical. I will even advise you someone physical, because now the person will not just give you the theoretical aspect of it, but the practical aspect of it. You get. So that one is more explainable than, hey, you're not seeing it, but the practical aspect of it, you're seeing it, the person is showing you. So I would advise you to get the physical mentor that you can go to, tell about your confusion, anything you find confusing, and the person will see you through. So get that person, get trained, get a mentor, and you're good to go. You'll stand out in anything that you do.
Still on mentorship, right? Every guest that comes here talks about mentorship. Every single guest that we've had here has always talked about mentorship. And I'm glad that the both of you is something that has helped you as well. So, guys, if you are
Yeah.
listening to this right now, do not underestimate the value of mentorship. Whatever it is that you want to do, like she said, you have to find someone that has walked the path, someone that is currently living the dream that you want. and go and learn under them. It saves you the time, it saves you the energy, it saves you a lot of resources. You avoid making a lot of mistakes and you blow faster. If you want to blow faster, if you want to grow faster and you are still doing trials and errors by yourself, it's not going to help you. So it's very important that you find a mentor. If you cannot
That's
afford
right.
them, if you cannot afford them, go and serve your sorry, go and serve
I
your
serve
way.
them.
Okay. If you cannot serve them, just watch them from a distance and try to replicate whatever it is that they are doing. So
Replicate what?
thank you
Yes.
so
So I
much.
want to say
That's right.
something, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now as a business person, I don't know if most of you people out there, you know what SWOT means. SWOT, which is your strengths, your weakness, your opportunity, and your threats. Which is, if you recognize all these things in a business, I think you'll be above your equals. Which is, now every business faces their strengths. Like, where do you get your strength from? Then your weakness too. What makes you down? Like, oh, I don't want to do this again. Oh no, where do you? What makes you weak? How would you improve on your weakness? Then your opportunity, like I said, when talent, when what you do, your talents, your techniques mix with opportunity, you blow, yeah.
Yeah.
Then your threats. Every business face threats. Your strength, your threats
Absolutely.
can be your competitors, the people you're competing with. Trust me, any business you're doing, there are people that is competing with you. Be it your family, friends that is into the same business, they are your competitors. They are doing the same business. So what's those threats that you face? How do you manage them? How do you recognize that this is a threat? And how do you, you know, scale through that threat? So just make sure that your SWOT analysis, yeah, they call it SWOT analysis, they are all intact. And you make sure that yes, you notice them when they come, because in every phase of your business you must have this, it will come. So how do you handle it? So that pushes you down to your studies. You have to study ahead of time, read, not just the particular, oh, how to make money. No, yes, money is the end product of all this thing, all our big talk. Yes, money is the end product. Are you seeing me? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then aside money, what else do you get? People, you learn how your communication skills, how to manage people, and all that. I think all that forms this rigidity in business. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very, very much for that. Thank you, Favor Chisholm, for dropping summaries down there in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much for the summaries. And you can tag your friends, tag more of your friends to come and join us now in this conversation. Now, let's ask the last round of questions, right, before we call it a wrap for today. Modesta, this question is for you. Where do you see Dexter Scrubs 5 years from now?
Hey, Momo, meow. I keep asking myself this question, like, okay, I've been dreaming of like traveling around the world. Yeah. Now, as it stands now, I can't be able to travel around the world because I've not built strong team, which is people I can leave my business on their hands, then travel, then maybe communicate via the phone. She gets. Then I know quite all right. Anyway, I am. My mind is relaxed that they will carry out these responsibilities given to them. Yeah. So now I want to build that strong people, that strong team that would foresee, be at the forefront of this business, the Destra Scrubs. Then I can be able to do other things like do other, because obviously I won't be here. I won't just, it's not just Destra Scrubs. I need to touch other things. But if I'm fully here, I can't be able to achieve that the other one I want to do. Yeah, I can't be able to travel because I'm always here. Do you understand? So in the next 5 years, I want Destra Scrubs to be a household name. I want to be able to travel and not, yes, minding or thinking about how my business is going to flourish without my presence. And I want to get to be in that ladder where I could get contracts, not just nationally but globally too. Yeah, people do it. So
Yeah.
that's where I see myself. I see myself traveling from one country to another, going for meetings concerning my job, what I do, my profession, talking about not just that, safety and all that. Because I want to take a safety course, HSC, which will give me another leverage to, you know, stand out and all that. So in the next 5 years, I want to build a strong network. I want my team to be able to handle whatever that is thrown at them, even though I'm not there. So, and it's the household name. So we are working towards that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good thing. I think it's one thing for people, right? Having a very good structure and having a great team members that are not just motivated to work because of, let's say, the
Yeah.
increase in pay, or they know that if they do clean 2 rooms, they're going to be getting paid for cleaning 2 rooms. I'm sure you get what I mean. Just people that are carrying your vision, people that have the same vision as you.
Yeah,
So
we share with you. Yeah.
it's totally possible something to do. How about you, Sunrise? Where do you see yourself and your brand 5 years from now?
Okay, first of all, there's the personal brand, which is Sunrise Oluebube, and there's a corporate brand, which is Sunrise Creatives,
Mm.
which is a brand and media management company I run. So in the next 5 years, we should have worked with very notable brands in and outside of Nigeria, and we have also built our vendor management um, system to a reasonable extent. So we're launching a vendor management system soon, and I'm so passionate about that because I like to see vendors win. I like to see creatives get jobs, good paying jobs. I like to see their crafts appreciated. So I hope that in the next 5 years, I would have signed up the best of vendors across Nigeria and even Africa. And then I have a community of women uh, professionals called Sunrise Consults, and the goal is to harness a rare breed of solid female professionals. And we're still doing some underground work, trying to position well and then launch. And in the next 5 years, I want to turn back and see that a lot of solid professionals have risen from that platform. Behind everything I do is impact. Behind everything I do is influence. Behind everything I do is giving back. So I want to see that by the next 5 years, there's so much fruit from the Sunrise brand, Sunrise Consult, Sunrise Creative brand, fruit in terms of human beings now, that have risen because of these communities and platforms and brands, And for my personal brand, you know, in the next 5 years, I should have made it to top lists of event hosts in Nigeria. Yes, event hosts, corporate event hosts in Nigeria and beyond. That's the goal for me. Where you call you list female event compares, and Sunrise is in the first 10 you mentioned. That's something I'm actually looking forward to. That's something I'm working really hard at, and I should have hosted a lot of international events in the next 5 years. But above all of these things is to see that I've been able to give back enough to vendors and creatives. I'm a creative, an all-round creative, and I'm very passionate about creatives. Also see that a lot of solid women have risen from Sunrise Consult, and also see that I've been able to. Uh, you could have a class where you teach people about event hosting and public speaking, but in the next 5 years, I want to see 20 female master of ceremonies that that are rising and standing because of Sunrise. Yes, I'd really love to see that because I'm not about to do this job alone. I don't want to be the one and only. Nah, I just want to be the compare, not the one and only. So that they are different. I don't know if I can explain the difference, but the goal is not to be the only one doing it, but I want to be, every other time as year goes by, instead of dropping, I keep ascending. So there's always sunrise. There is sunrise, but it's not just sunrise doing the job. So I really look forward to, having at least 20 ladies by 2020, this 2023, 2028,
Yeah.
doing what I do now and doing it very well. That's it.
Wow, like that's a very big vision, right? There's this quote that they usually say that you've not truly become successful unless you've made people, like you've transferred the skills you have to people and they can easily replicate them. So I think that's a very valid it's a very valid thing, a very big plan for the next 5 years. Having people that you have trained, great people that you have mentored and are thankful to you for everything that you've invested in them. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So thank you, Modesta.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Sunrise. Thank you for joining us today on Youth Spotlight. We appreciate you. Thank you
You're
for finding the
welcome.
time despite your busy schedule. So guys, thank them in the comment section.
It's been an
All right.
absolute pleasure.
You're
It's been an
Say
welcome.
thank
absolute
you,
pleasure.
Modesta.
Thank you
Say
so
thank
much.
you,
You're
Sunrise. Thank
welcome.
them for coming here to spare a little bit of their time to share with us how they started their journey, how
Thank you.
Modesta started her cleaning business, how Sunrise is now an international compare. So thank you guys for coming. You can take your leave now.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
So
you so
thank
much
you.
for having me once again. Thank you, Modesta, for being
You're
for
welcome,
being
Sunrise. I
insightful as
learned a
well.
lot
Thank
from
you.
you.
Thank you,
A lot from
success.
you.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for hosting us. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you as
success.
well.
Bye.
Thank you so much. So thank you to everyone who tuned in today. But before we go, right, I would love to always tell you about what we do here at Jamie Padrell International. Our three courses. We have the leadership certificate course, we have the public speaking certificate course, and the human resource certificate course. These are three courses that you definitely want to sign up for. Let's say you want to start up a business and you don't know how to structure the business, you don't know anything about team building, then you definitely want to get into sign up for the leadership certificate course. You are going to be taught how to lead a successful business, or even want to get into you want to occupy political positions in future. Then the leadership is something that you need, right? And after this training, you don't just get um the skills, you also get certified in the process. The next is the public speaking certificate. Because if you are someone that is struggling with stage fright, you are struggling with presentations in public, you don't know how to compose yourself, you always forget your lines, etc. Then you want to sign up for our public speaking certificate course. Okay, ensure that you sign up for the public speaking certificate course because you are going to be getting trained and certified as well. The next is the human resource management certificate course. You want to learn how to manage your company. I'm sure a couple of us already know what human resource managers do, right? They are like the brain cells of the company and they are in charge of hiring and firing staff. They are just in charge of corporate structure and corporate governance. So if that's what you want to do, you want to become a professional human resource manager, then you want to sign up for our human resource management certificate course. The very beautiful thing about the human resource management certificate course is you get certified as well. And when companies are wanting to hire you, they are looking at your certification. They want to, okay, look at the institution where you got trained at and all of that. So you are not just getting the skills, you are also getting an international certificate. Like we know, JPI is not just registered in Nigeria, we also are registered in Canada, and our certificates are not ordinary, right? So thank you guys again for joining today's conversation. And I hope to have you still join us on the next episode. Thank you and continue to have a lovely day.